Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another analysis video. On the agenda tonight, we have Joel Hoekstra, and Joel's playing with Whitesnake, and this is just about to start his kind of solo show-off section that they have live, and he's just been handed the baton by Reb Beach, another amazing player, so check out Reb if you haven't already. But let's get Joel up on screen and see how he gets on. So I'm just going to stop it there because already some great things that Joel's doing here. Obviously, you can notice that he's doing two-handed tapping, so he's doing hammer-ons, pull-offs with the left hand and tapping in with the right hand, first finger, second finger, third finger. I'm not sure if he's using a little finger, but I wouldn't be surprised if he throws that in there as well. So really cool technique. While he plays this technique, he has his pick in his mouth, so obviously there's no alternate picking because it's impossible, but amazing control and accuracy to be able to tap in with the right hand. It's almost like playing a piano, but on the guitar, but a lot more difficult because imagine that the keys you're trying to hit are tiny thin, getting that accuracy there. And also the fact that when you do, you have to do a pull-off in order for the string to sound, to maintain the sustain, to keep the notes going. So yeah, really cool stuff here. I think in this little section, sounds like he's not picking kind of particularly fast. It might be a delay effect that's kind of doubling up or tripling the notes. But again, it's a really cool effect that he's got going on here. And it's all about the melody. This is something that Joel does as well. It's not just playing fast for fast's sake. He's not just endlessly just going down a cul-de-sac, going down a dead end. It all means something. It's all melodic and it's nice to listen to, not to mention the great technique that's on show as well. Another thing I just want to point out here is vibrato. I always say it in my videos, the top players all have sussed out their vibrato. So if you do play guitar, if you play lead guitar, if there's one technique that is most important to learn, in my opinion, it is vibrato. Be able to vibrato on notes at the top of bends and be able to control the speed of your vibrato as well. Because every single top player, that's the one thing they all have in common. Even players that are top players that don't play a million notes, they all have that vibrato. And players that do have a lot of notes, like Joel's one of those, tapping with both hands, he can get a hell of a lot of notes out of his guitar. But when he stops, the guitar always sings. It always emotes. It always says something on each note. And yeah, if there's one technique, if you had to throw all the rest of them out the window, my top tip would be work on your vibrato. Be able to emote whatever you want to through any note on the guitar, and that will stand you in good stead. It's the one thing that all the top players have got in common. Case in point, that vibrato is just absolutely killer. once you're doing that on your bends, exactly the same principle as Gary Moore. When he did a bend and he vibratoed, you knew about it. It's just the note sings. It's just the note just hits you in the face rather than just kind of drifting over your head. It just hits you right between the eyes. So I just want to break down that part. I mean, he goes through an awesome slow section where he really shows off his control and his vibrato. And that is it in a nutshell, that anyone can play fast, but playing slow is the hardest thing to do, to get the guitar to emote when effectively you're not doing anything. You're just holding down a note. So putting emotion into one note is the most difficult thing. And what I love as well is that he does go into his fast kind of two-finger tapping. I also love how quick he is at getting the pick into his mouth so that he can then kind of get into the two-handed tapping. But his two-handed tapping always goes somewhere. So it's not like, he starts, playing and he kind of ascends, descends, ascends, descends. He's ascending, descending a little bit, ascending even further up, and he's kind of just pushing it ever so slightly higher each time. So then you're getting that wave effect of a crescendo building up to something in the end. And then at the final note, after all this technical stuff, it's a big bend. And guess what? It's vibrato at the end of the bend to just kind of top it off and, just kind of finish that journey off in the most epic way possible. If he did that last bend and just did it straight up and then nothing happened, it would have been like, oh, that was all right, but I didn't feel anything at the end. And that's what that technique does. It can just really make the difference between just playing something fast and not really emoting anything to then playing something fast and ending with something that really kind of hits you, like I said, between the eyes. But yeah, Joel, what a player, what a great style of that two-finger tapping as well. And also, he's got his other techniques down. You can see him do loads of pentatonic licks, great alternate picking, and he's got a real appreciation for melody in his fast stuff as well. So really cool stuff here from Joel. I'm going to put the link to this video in the description below. Thank you for suggesting it for me to take a look at. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next one.